Oh yeah.
My cousin went to the woods that we're talking now. I know, yeah, but the baby dog. It's the one that everybody else is very, very disciplined. Yeah. So, yeah, time's job. Yeah, I don't think that's it. Give it a start and look here. Eat anything, come and sit down. Can I leave my bag?
Number 6.
Having somewhere to eat? Why did you dish and bring your food here? You should.
Yes, we eat. Okay. How many kilometers do you do every day? How many kilometers? Every day. Get this, make sure she needs that distance. Give her a little.
Checks on 1, 2. 1, 2.
All the objection can say it's scoping. Oh yeah. Someone comes and say, I want something. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. He does very
I'll get away from the light. Is it fine if I say yeah? Evening, everybody. So you had to move the camera for me. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. I mean, it is Friday afternoon. Most all of us work. It's a full day. It's traffic. It's getting here. It's not an easy. Let me arrive at 5:30 to be on time. So we really appreciate everybody making the time and being on time for Ma's ceremony this afternoon. I hope you guys were looking at the PowerPoint slides and the presentations when it was on, whilst you guys were having supper. There's some really, really lovely images of Aya through the many years with her grandchildren and great-grandchildren and children. Really beautiful, beautiful memories. So really beautiful memories. Some of them also want to be shared from far and wide. So you'll recall when last you heard me, I was saying that like most of us, we live in a global world and our families are so disparate and they're all over the place, far and wide. So before our start into the formal prayer and into the ceremony proper, there are some tributes, just as you're finishing off supper, that we want you to see and hear that come from far and wide. So I will tell you who they are. So you're going to hear from Uncle Dina, who's based in Kenya. That's Aya's nephew. You will hear from Sugendri from Johannesburg, Ma's niece, and Uncle Siva, who's in Canada, and that's Aya's nephew. So they've all done video and or voice message notes that you're going to see. And there is also Ma's relative from Italy that you'll also hear as well. Before we kick off with the tributes that you're going to see that are going to be played now on the screen, there's one that I need to read to you. That's come from Auntie Sheila. That's in Perth, Australia. So she says, "Dear family and friends, today I pay homage to a woman of great strength, my Aunt Lilly Pillay, fondly called Annie by many of us. Today is a celebration of Annie's life, her challenges and achievements. I personally admired her inner strength and beauty. Her ever-present smile greeted each and every one of us with warmth and love. Annie's caring ways and generosity provided comfort to all that visited her home. Despite her many challenges, after being widowed at a young age, she conducted herself in the most admirable way and raised her family to be successful adults. May her legacy live on and be an inspiration to all women. Rest in peace." So now you will, whilst you finishing off supper, you can watch now those tributes that are coming for Aya from abroad.
It is with a heavy heart and deep sense of gratitude I pay tribute to my dear Uncle Lilly. Uncle was a remarkable person with strength and resilience. No matter how difficult life was, she always approached life with courage, determination, and independence. Uncle always found the strength to be positive. Uncle's strength was a source of inspiration. No matter the obstacle, Uncle always never gave up. She taught me resilience. Uncle was full of love and appreciation. She always verbalized her love. Whenever we ended a telephone call or said goodbye to her when we went to visit, she always told us, "I love you." Atta was also very appreciative of the time people gave up to spend with her. She always said, "Thank you for visiting." She was very grateful for everything that people did for her. She loved the simple things in life, but most of all, she loved family. Atta was so easygoing, and she could talk to people of all age groups. She was very knowledgeable of the world events because she kept up to date with the news. Atta was also very jovial. I remember at my cousin Daya's 70th party, she was the star of the dance floor. She danced away all night long. And she did it with such energy and love. She was so happy on that day because she was surrounded by family. Atta truly loved her family. I will never forget Atta's love for cricket. And she was so passionate about the Proteas. Whenever the Proteas played a game, we were not allowed to give her a call. But once the match ended, she would give us a call to give us details about the match. And she was an excellent TV coach. I only wish that the Proteas took her advice, because by now they would have had a few World Cup trophies in their cabinet. It would be remiss of me not to talk about her culinary skills. Atta was an excellent cook. The aromas from her kitchen would make me salivate. But my favorite was the delicious moussas that she used to make. I remember her making them fresh and frying them whilst we were having our hot cup of tea. I truly admired Atta's strength. She raised 3 beautiful children who are now adults to be very successful, and she did that on her own. Atta, you will always be remembered for teaching us resilience, perseverance, independence, love, and maintaining a positive outlook to life. Rest well, Atta. The lessons you have taught us will continue to inspire us and guide us.
Ruben, thank you very much for allowing me to say a few words about Amma. Let me start by saying Uncle Sunny and Auntie Lilly have had a profound influence on my life. My earliest memories of Auntie Lilly was her loving nature, her kindness, and support, of which I was a beneficiary. Having spent a large portion of my early life at 151 Horseshoe Road, I would go on little errands. Example, going to the corner store to pick up fresh hot bread, in her words, loin chops from the butcher. When it came to Partasi, end of fasting, the scrambled eggs with parsley was always best from her hands. I would accompany the family on many occasions to Aunt Lily's family home and visit all the Mudiar families in Shallcross. I would go with the family on many occasions to the drive-in cinema on weekends. She took me many times to King Edward Hospital for all kinds of issues, giving up her precious time. I'm also grateful to my cousins Kamleni, Ruben and Anbu for allowing their mother to give me her precious time very lovingly. Aunt Lily might have left this world, but the beautiful memories of her will last forever with me. Thank you.
Fond memories of visiting Atta and James family from childhood days, and even to the adult, I went on frequent visits to Durban. I always made an opportunity to go visit her. But the best memories will always remain with me. She accompanied me and the family to India. We went to South India and she managed to travel ease, even though we went to busy streets of Chennai, long travels on road. She had never complained. The only instruction she gave me was to make sure she had rice for lunch and dinner. She even shopped She was even looking at the lovely girls in India, and she wished she had born nephews that weren't married to good matrimony. After, will always be remembered fondly by herself.
Vanakkam, and a wonderful evening, everyone. For those who may not know me, my name is Tashmia, Auntie Bali's daughter, the niece of Auntie Lilly. Though I am sadly unable to be physically present today as I am out of the country, I wanted to take a moment to acknowledge and honor the remarkable life of Auntie Lilly. I am so honored to have been asked by Auntie Kamleni to share some sentimental moments and memories, and Auntie K, I thank you for this. It just dawned upon me that I am lucky enough to have the privilege to speak to you tonight, not just in my own capacity, but as a representative of my beloved late grandmother, and to celebrate the extraordinary bond she shared with her younger sister, our very dear and special Lilly auntie. My grandmother brought the universe of her younger sister. She spoke about her with such pride and joy, hence Lilly auntie, as we knew her, had always been a part of our lives for as long as I can remember. She shared a very unique bond with my late grandmother. As most of you would know my grandmom to be Sambre Ate, Shalper's auntie, or the famous masala merchant from Damat. And yes, that very home in Damat was the beginning of our lineage and the reason we have taken time out of our busy lives tonight to stand together as a united family to support Auntie Kamleni, Auntie Anbu, and Uncle Ruben. I chatted to my mom before writing this tribute, and she reminded me that Lilly auntie was the last surviving sibling of that generation. So to our family, she was always a gentle reminder of our grandmother in so many ways. Her link found us comfort, even if we did not interact with her on a daily basis. Just seeing her pictures or hearing her voice felt like a part of our grandmother was still with us. I wanted to express my deepest gratitude and love for the incredible impact Lilly auntie had on our family as a whole. We live in a world dependent on technology. This voice note bears testament with me being present with you tonight, even though I feel a million miles away. I always admired my grand Aunt Lilly's resilience. I heard about her losses, and I was so saddened by her hardship. But something that made me smile was the beautiful stories of the sacred sibling relationship that transcended time and circumstance. They did not have much, not like us in 2024, no social media or video calling or WhatsApp to check on families that live very, very far away. So how did they survive? From what I know, my grandfather, as well as other senior family members, used to fetch Auntie Lilly's family to spend weekends together. Their willingness to create such a happy family environment is the reason for the beautiful childhood and the memories that my mom and her cousins hold so dear and treasure today. I believe that Lilly, auntie, and my grandmom would take a bus into town to a central location as one sister lived in Chalcross and the other sister lived in Isipingo, just to meet each other and exchange Diwali parcels. Or on someone's birthday, they would exchange homemade cakes and treats for each other's families to enjoy. To me, this represents a true marvel of sisterly devotion and love. As I reflect on their connection, I am filled with gratitude. Gratitude for the lessons they instilled in us, especially about the importance of family, loyalty, and love. Also for the enduring strength of their bond which continues to inspire me. Today I honor not only their memory, but also the unbreakable thread of sisterhood that bound them together. May their old school value system and legacy continue to inspire future generations. Lilly auntie's infectious smile, humor, and love lit up the world around her. Even in her final days, her determination and zest for life inspired us all. She will be deeply missed by her family, loved ones, and the Espingo community, who fondly remember her visits in her signature sari and taki. I always wondered what was her favorite brand. Her legacy of love, light, and laughter will always live on in our hearts forever. May you rest in peace, our dearest grand Aunt Lilly. I really hope that my presence was felt in spirit and I look forward to hearing more stories and memories when I return. May her memory continue to be a blessing to us all. Good night, everyone. Be safe, travel safe, lots of love and light from Italy.
That was really beautiful. I'm always humbled by technology these days. And technology can always be a distractor in terms of the phone, the WhatsApp, and the Google and the YouTube you use it for. But on a day like this, to be able to connect like people across the world, to listen and to hear about Aya and the story, and I think what really stood out for me is the consistency in what they all said. There's like a theme that flows. It's like the same Ma that they're all talking about. She did the same stuff. I hadn't heard that voice note until now, and I was reflecting on the question she asked around what was Ma's Aya's favorite brand. I never had a favorite brand. Aya was a functional one. If something fitted and it fitted well and it kept her comfortable, that's what she did. That's what she wore and that's how she was. There wasn't any brand to her. So with those global and international sort of tributes done, thank you so much for listening and hearing. We're going to proceed on then into the next part of the ceremony this evening. So Uncle Ruben, Ma's only son, is going to open the ceremony with a prayer now, and then we'll be followed by always beautiful bhajans. Uncle George and his whole group. Bhajans rendered by the Lotus Park Sai Center that I know. I mean, it's just beautiful listening to your voices that you sing from the heart. So Uncle Ruben's prayer followed by bhajans.
दीन करुणागिरने नरराजा नीलकंठने मिन्नलोचने अनाले आनवमानं सभापदे मिन्नलोचने मनाले आनवमानं सभापदे யாட்டிகள் மனம் விரும்பும் நிலக்கண்டனே யாட்டிகள் மனம் விரும்பும் நிலக்கண்டனே மௌன குருவே மௌன குருவே மௌன குருவே நிறையடையாண்டா நிலக்கண்டனே தீன கருணாகிரனே நரராஜா நிலக்கண்டனே ஆதி என்னும் எல்லாரனே ஆதி என்னும் எல்லாரனே அன்பரலும் வாரும் வரனே ஆதி என்னும் எல்லாரனே அன்பரலும் வாரும் வரனே பாதி மதுரை என பரமேசா நிலக்கண்டனே பாதி மதுரை என பரமேசா நிலக்கண்டனே தீன கருணாகிரனே நடராஜா நிலக்கண்டனே 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 மிக்க நன்றி.
Uncle George wanted to carry on for, and we would have let you carry on if it was not Friday evening in the middle of his sipping when he wanted to go home. But as I thought, so beautiful. Thank you so much. Really lovely. Really, thank you. So as we continue to think about Aya, Lilly, Leelamba, Lils, Liliata, Ma, and we heard the tributes and the consistency of who Ma was as a woman and a person. Who better than to share more stories and memories and experiences of Ma? And you'll hear again the consistency in what they say. Is her son Reuben, her daughter Anbu, and her niece Sal. So the three of them are going to share their remembrances of who Aya was, and I'm sure there'll be some interesting stories from the young days. So keen to hear from the three of them. So who's going to be coming up first? Auntie Sophie. Yes, Uncle Frank, I would have loved to have heard what you had to say. I really would have. At 96, you have all of those memories also, but unfortunately... 100. You see, I've lost 4 years. But look at Uncle Frank, I mean, you have told us so many more stories than anybody else. Yeah, that's right.
Thank you, Llewellyn. Good evening. Namaste, Namaskaram, Vanakkam, Om Sai Ram to all. I wish to offer this tribute to Swami, who has entered our lives and made it possible for us to accept the experiences in our lives. Annie, Lily Ate, Lily Auntie, as she was known by many, especially the 151 Horseshoe Road children. Her correct name was Leelamba Pillay. She was married to the late Sadasivan Sunny Pillay, the eldest son of the late Mr. V.S. Pillay and Tayarama Pillay. I find it difficult to speak of Annie alone without mentioning Sunny Mama, as I used to call him. Well, back in the 60s, I can't remember whether tributes were paid to our loved ones on their passing. So, if I do make mention of them, please pardon me. Behind every successful man, there is a woman, and without a doubt, Annie made Sunny Mama shine in all spheres of life. She was proud that he was a supervisor at our folks' leather industry. So her hard-working hands ensured that his crisp white shirt was washed and ironed personally by her. The sandwiches he took for lunch were the healthiest and tastiest. He passed away at the age of 41, leaving behind a beautiful 32-year-old princess. I call her princess. If you take a moment to look around you to refresh your memories as to what a present-day 32-year-old female looks like, dreams about, and hopes for, you will be shattered. And so will I if I think about Annie. Because she was the most beautiful person that I came across back in the day. I used to admire her. So she was shattered too. All of us were shattered. She had 3 young children to raise. She lived to the age of 88, doing the very best for her family. Thus, we are here today to celebrate a life lived with courage and determination. My aunt was a warrior, facing life's challenges with strength and a fearless heart. Her resilience inspired us all, teaching us to face our fears and embrace life's adventures. Mama did not allow her to work. But after his demise, she found employment and even worked overtime to keep the home fires burning. Her spirit was a guiding light, showing all of us the way to live boldly and with purpose. Though her physical presence is no longer with us, her courageous spirit will forever be in our hearts. Annie was a woman of immense compassion and boundless love. I can vouch for that as I grew up in the Pillay household. Her capacity to understand and to offer comfort was a gift to us all. Her spirit and love will continue to live in us, guiding and comforting us as we remember and celebrate her remarkable life. She had a unique way of caring that made each of us feel truly special. If I enjoyed her soft roti, it was sure to be on the table when I visited. If you admired her slippers, she would immediately offer it to you, always putting others first before herself. The wisdom she offered shaped my life in countless ways. She was my role model for cleanliness. Her memory will be treasured in the stories we tell at family gatherings. For example, how she would rinse the teacup and the teapot in hot water several times before offering you the refreshing cup of tea. To Kamaleni, Kuberan, Reuben, Shanta, Anbu, Dan, and the grandchildren, our message to you is, although you are filled with sorrow for the loss of her presence in your lives, show gratitude for the time you had with her, for the lessons she taught you, and for the unconditional love she gave. These are treasures money can't buy. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So much truth sitting just Auntie Anbu. Anbu or Anbanasi is Lilly's daughter. Okay.
Good evening to you all. I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to do this, but I'm going to try. I'm going to praise my mother on this day and tell you about the impact she's had in my life.
Let's not use the mic. Speak.
I was just 8.5 when my dad died, and I shared the same bed with my mom until I got married. Give it to me, Lou, I'll use it.
You speak at the
She was such a strong woman. You've heard all the other qualities about her. But soon after the ceremonies, everybody was gone. The three of us was left alone with Amma. The house was so quiet. Amma only had a standard 4 education. And I remember all these documents she had taken out. And she had sought an attorney, a white attorney. And I must say again, standard 4 education. And she went out to see the attorneys, to tell them that they had to transfer her home, which was her treasured pleasure, her treasure, because she wanted to keep her children safe in a safe environment. It wasn't easy, but she fought it. Soon, the house was on her name. We grew up in that home in Isipingo. For about 3 to 4 years, we lived with the monies that Dad had left from the insurance companies. And she soon could see that the money was actually going down. And now that the house was on her name, she now had to learn. There was this woman who never knew how to buy even a loaf of bread. She had to pay for the lights, the water, the rates, the food, and educate the 3 of us. I can picture some 3 years down the line. She's walking down out of the front door, and Reuben, with one leg socks with socks on one leg, with his school uniform, hopping on the veranda and telling her, "Ma, come back." And she said, "I'll be okay." She was going out to look for a job. She had no experience, nothing. A friend had told her that she had to come with her to a sewing company, and all she had to say is that she knew how to sew. And with CMT, you only had to do one thing of a shirt. You either sewed a sleeve or a cuff. She went out there, she went through the interview, and the manager said, "Take her to the machine and let her go. I will see later what she can produce." By midday, she had done like 100 cuffs. And the lady said to her that the manager will come by to see what she had done. She actually qualified for that job. What a blessing it was. Every Friday when she got paid, she stopped at Coastal Sweeteries to buy us the most delicious food. Things like servant nuts or puripata, not food as biryani or whatever. That was not something that Amma ever bought. Everything was cooked. And yesterday, I visited a mall in Chatsworth, and I saw a young lady with a 6-year-old child. And the mother is telling the child to come to me and beg for some money. And today, when I look back, I'm so proud of Amma, because she could have done that to us, make us beg. But here, she went out to go and find a job, to do what she had to do. She then joined another company, Solco Paper Company. And back in the days, you could not use a third class as transport, a first class. You had to travel third class. And there was a day she fell off they pushed her off because the train was packed to capacity in the morning. They pushed her off the train. She fell on the platform and cracked her head. We were all in school. The station master got somebody to take her to King Edward. She had stitches. She came back by train, and 2 days later had to go back to work. And her strength, this tenacity, this pride to bring her children up. I would notice that she would read motivational books. She would always quote, you would heard about the speeches about a positive life. She would always quote from John Keogh, that your life is what it is because of you. And if you need to make a change, only you can do it. And there are so many of us who read books, but with Amma would just stand it for her simplicity, there this woman would read but practice it. She would, whenever she would see me or the children, she would always say, if you want something, you want to change, you got to work at it. Then to go on is she spent a lot of time. 10 years later, after I got married, I had to choose where to live, and I chose to live in Isipingo, all because I wanted to be closer to Amma. What joy it gave her, so that I was close to her, with the grandchildren. She spent many holidays with me, and always with the sari and sneakers. She would be quickly, in a quick, brisk run, she would come to visit. She would know my days of buying the vegetables. She'd come and clean it, braise a special something for me. And just like how she came, she wouldn't want to inconvenience anyone. She would cook, see to the children, oil their hair, and do a brisk walk back to this treasured home where she found so much of peace. Amma was her own soulmate. She believed that her home was her temple. She didn't have many friends, but she was so happy. She was very spiritual. She loved the radio. She went through many radios in her life. If ever there was a present you needed to buy, and if you bought Amma a radio, that made her so happy, because she wanted to keep it and know what's happening with the news. She loved reading the Sunday news. She would just run down to my place just to read the Sunday paper if she didn't get it. She loved even when I went over to Johannesburg, when I called her, she'll leave the horoscope out of the Post and the Sunday paper, and I had to listen. She would say, hold on, let me read the stars for you. And I would listen, and it gave me such joy, and she'll interpret it, and she'll say, this is how you must be for the week, because this is what your star says. She loved preparing food. She used to make her own homemade maran syrup. She had her own little secret recipes. She was absolutely meticulous in the way she kept her home. But she was just a strong woman, and that has just impacted my life in so many ways. In closing, I'd like to say a very big thank you to my sister, Kamalini, Kuberan, and Ravel. While we were not here during those trying periods when Amma was ill, they made sure that Amma was happy and comfortable. And to them, I think they did a super job. And right up to today, with all what she's done, I cannot in words describe how grateful I am. Thank you, sis. Thank you for listening. Thanks.
Thank you, Auntie Ann. That's a daughter of Leelamba. The feisty, courageous. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to stand up here unprepared, unscripted, talk about all the stuff that you spoke about and still hold it together. Well done, Auntie Ambo. Well done. It was really good listening to it. Uncle Ruben?
That's a hard act to follow after Selvi and Anbu. So much been said. If I want to say what I've written down here, it's going to be a repetition of what the previous people have said. All I want to say is that my mum was the youngest of 11 children, born in Shallcross, and she attended the Shallcross Primary School. And my grandfather, that's my father's father, was her school principal. And he used to live at the Modliar family home from Monday to Thursday. And he had enough time to observe my mother, and he thought, this is a good bet for my son. So that's how my mom and my dad got together, because of my grandfather. And when we were young, we lived at the family home at 151 Horseshoe Road, interacted with all my cousins, and it was a wonderful life. It was a life of joy and happiness and abundance, and that's what I can remember. But there was one thing that my mom really wanted. She wanted her own home. And I think my father blessed her with that. In 1964, we moved to 24 James Avenue. And it was a home that we really enjoyed life. We made great memories, and we enjoyed everything that we wanted until my dad passed away. You've heard all the struggles and the tribulations that my mom went through. And all I want to do is emulate her strength, her courage, and her fortitude. And I want to remember her as a remarkable woman who raised 3 great children. Thank you.
So maybe just to pause a bit and just reflect on those stories and those memories about the late Leelamba, Aya Ma. As we go into the last bit of our ceremony, which is the offering of the petals. So given all of the things you've heard about Ma, when offering the petals, just in your own thoughts and prayers, pray for Ma's journey, for Ma's soul, for Ma's spirit. I think she's given a lot, she's been through a lot, and she lived a really, really good life. So as you perform that part of the ceremony, just have those stories and thoughts in your mind. We'll start with the immediate family, and then perhaps, given where we are at time, instead of coming as individuals, maybe comes as groups of family members yourselves, to offer the petals.
Om
Shiva, Hare Hare Shiva, Shiva, Hare Hare Shiva, Shiva, Sankarane. Hare Hare Shiva, Shiva, Hare Hare Shiva, Shiva, Hare Hare Shiva, Shiva, Sankarane. Sambho Sada Shiva, Sambho Sada Shiva, Sambho Sada Shiva, Mahadeva. Sambho Sada Shiva, Sambho Sada Shiva, Sambho Sada Shiva, Mahadeva. Sambho Sada Shiva, Sambho Sada Shiva, Sambho Sada Shiva, Mahadeva. Sambho Sada Shiva, Sambho Sada Shiva, Sambho Sada Shiva, Mahadeva. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Shivaya Namah, Shivaya Namah, Shivaya Namah, 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 Namah Shivaya. Hare Shiva, Shiva, Hare 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 Shiva.
I know you carry on. This is your reason. Be ready to carry on. Let me just introduce you before you carry on. Take over the floor. I don't need the mic. So thank you everybody for paying respects with the petals and remembering Ma. Mom's going to do the vote of thanks, and for those that don't know, Mom is Pamela, the other daughter of the late. So she'll do the vote of thanks. In case she forgets, I just want to remind all of you. Some of you might have come in a bit later whilst the function was ongoing and didn't get a chance to have supper and just came and said, please, if we need to heat up the food again, we will, but there's loads of food. Please still have and or take some supper away if it's too late. There's desserts on the left-hand side, tons of them. That are ready for you to either have or again take away, as well as teas and coffees. So again, it's getting a bit late, and I'm sure you guys want to get home. But if you can't stay, then at least take some food for the road. Okay, Mom?
Namaskaram, namaste, good evening, and Om Sai Ram, everyone. I think I've got the most pleasant task of the evening, and that's to say thank you. And you know, Amma had this one special quality. Oh, the way she said thank you was just magical. You just give her something so small, and you'll hear all the thank yous right till you're going home, on the driveway. So I don't know whether I'll be able to match up to that, but I just want to start by saying thank you to Swami for carrying us through this period. It hasn't been an easy one, and these 2 weeks have been quite trying. But gosh, he's given us so much of strength, and today we've come to the 16th day, and although it's a sad day, we want to thank him for ending this beautiful journey of Amma's, and now she's on an even more beautiful one. Secondly, I just want to say thank you to the service providers. They have been so good to us right from the time of the funeral with such short notice, and even now through the ceremony. They just didn't ask much, just a little bit of our preferences, that's all. And then they took over from there, which has been a huge burden off our shoulders. And for you all that came to the funeral and had the biryani, everybody's still talking about that biryani. Yesterday, for the 15th day, we had biryani, and Ravel said to me, Mom, please tell them to make it just like the funeral. Of course, it didn't turn out like that. It was nice, but their food was so lovely, and I'm sure tonight you'll enjoyed it as well. To all the cousins and family that have been coming over and being with us in whichever way, we just don't know how to thank you. So many people have come that missed the funeral, that wanted to come home. I wish we could have accommodated all of you. Everybody was just wanting to come and be with us and make the pain a little bit lighter. And all the messages that have been coming from near and from afar, a huge big thank you to all of you. And then, of course, to our wonderful Sai family. Oh gosh, I just get so emotional about this. From the moment that we heard that Amma passed away, they just took over. Honestly, Ruben and Anbu are in Johannesburg, and I was just here. But gosh, they just took over and became, the closest ever to us. And they didn't ask, they just did it. They just came there and were there with us all the time. For the 16 days, every day there was a prayer. Every alternate day, there was an even bigger prayer. And they were there all the time, particularly our Sai sisters. I don't know how to thank you. being there so early in the morning at Amma and helping with the prayers, and everything goes so well. From all of us, a huge big thank you to George and the Bhajan team for the funeral, for the bhajans, and for the bhajans at home. And everybody enjoyed it. Thank you so much. You know, this was a time of showing one of Swami's most beautiful lessons about doing things selflessly. All of you all had things to do. All of you all had family, children going to school, people going to work. Yet you, this morning, you were there at 5:30 in the morning. And it was a working day. Thank you for everything. May Swami bless you all always. For the messages of tributes that have come and the videos, you know, it was so wonderful. All our family taking the time to pay a tribute to Amma. We want to say thank you very much. Lastly, to all of you, it's a Friday evening, as Llewellyn said, and we are in Sipingo, and it's not comfortable traveling back, you know, to your places. Thank you so much for spending this time with us and showing your love and support. We cannot thank you enough. May God bless you always. Sarah.
Uncle George just reminds us like everyone's just sitting. Tell them now they can go and eat. Not playing any more music. Thank you, Uncle George. Yeah, come everybody.